Hello everybody, we're going to talk about Warhammer Plus again. It's been quite a few sites kicking off at this week's contributions, and to be honest I can't blame them. It does seem to have run out of steam after about a month. Um, I think the Games Workshop did what they usually do and released something half-assed. Didn't really think it through. Just, yeah, that seems like a good idea, let's do it. We see it, as 40k players, we see it happen all the time with rule books. They'll release a set of rule books right before a major edition change, or they'll release something and it'll only be valid for a couple of months and then it'll be made obsolete. It happens all the time. It shows a lack of planning on Games Workshop's part, and quite frankly, this does as well. Now, I wasn't. I'd be lying if I said I didn't expect it. I would. I'd be lying if I said I didn't expect it. Because these animations take a long time to make. They're not something you can churn out week by week. These would have had to have been prepared before the launch of Warhammer and then introduced, as a series. So there would have been a gap. Definitely would have been a gap where there was no animations. Unless they hire lots of different teams to make them. And this is Games Workshop. Right, so that wasn't going to happen. Right? However, it has to be more than just animations. I mean, I've seen spiky bits and a few of us kicking off. Is it time to abandon Warhammer Plus? Blah blah blah. Quite frankly, it's just alarmist talk, right? But they're not wrong. The whole thing that's been carrying it is the animations, and frankly, they've run out of steam in that department. So Warhammer TV is Warhammer Plus. That is it. They've got nothing to show right now. I have been looking at the lore trailers, but there's few of them. There's not many of them either. I mean, if I look at these now, right, you've got Abaddon the Despoiler, Archmage Teclis, which is a Sigma thing, and Gazgul Fracker. Basically, two of the easier ones, right? Well, three of the easy ones, I suppose. I don't really play Sigma, so I can't really say. But I would have expected more of these. Because let's face it, right? These aren't that hard to produce compared to the animations, but the art making them. You could easily produce one of those a week. Now, if you look at the rest of it, I mean, you've got like kill team reports, battle reports, and stuff. We've got a kill team reports. There's one. No, that can't be right. Stormcast Eternals, where are they? I'm not seeing any. I'm just seeing a Sigma thing. That's weird. Anyway, let's skip that. I don't know why they've got that listed if there's nothing there. Anyway, unless it's clicked on the wrong one. This menu's a bit dodgy. No. No, it still takes you to the Stormcast one. Seems to be missing an icon. Anyway, you don't get much of anything. If you go back to the main page, wherever that's it, and we go to the documentation, this is where you start seeing what they've added. And quite frankly, this has to end at some point. They're going to run out of steam with this because there's not an infinite number of white dwarfs to add. Right? Every single day they're adding a new edition of white dwarf. Right? Now they've added the 2019 ones recently. Shield of Baal, that's Exterminus and Leviathan. Mainly the lore stuff, right? Let's admit. But these are all being added as a way of padding out the system. They're doing just one a day. So you've got one white dwarf a day to read. But I'd point out that PDF is a print format, not an online reading format. It was never designed to be used as a replacement for books. It was designed to print out and make your own books. It is not a very good format to read from and never has been. If people want to have a format to read from, they should try HTML or some derivative of HTML, because they are designed to be read from. But PDF is just a cheap and easy way of making a single file document. But I remember rightly, there's a couple of other formats, rich text I think, would work the same way, but that's quite an old one. But anyway, yeah, it's all white dwarfs. So basically, this month we're getting a bunch of white dwarfs, or this week we're getting a bunch of white dwarfs. That's what they're giving us. As for the apps and stuff, you've got all the old rules, but they don't give you the new rules for the price. So that's a bust. So basically, the whole system is animations, and they've run out of steam in animations. I think the animations themselves are good. They're worth it for the animations. But what is the point if they can't keep up with with what they promised? Now, I know Spiky Bit said about they changed the wording of their offerings in one of their adverts on their site. I never saw that, and quite frankly, I expected it, right? Because a company that doesn't think things through, and Games Workshop don't think things through, are going to make this kind of mistake, are going to have to backtrack, are going to look a bit stupid. Right, there's no doubt about it. I mean, the whole site, I mean, my Warhammer page, I mean, it is absolutely atrocious. It's really shit. You keep logging you out for starters, and I hate having to constantly re-log into a website just to view things. I mean, what if you're out and about and you want to view it and you don't know your password? Because my passwords aren't the same on every site. I could use the same password on every site and land them in a load of trouble when someone hacks a site and gets my password for one, so they get the password for all of them. But no, I'm one of the secure ones. I use different passwords on every single site. So I don't remember my passwords. Right? I have them written down so I can get access to them that way. And if I don't have a copy with it in writing with me, I don't know them. I can't access what I'm after. So, yeah. But yeah, I did get the voucher though this month. They gave me the £10 voucher. That's been added to my account. But since I don't order off of their site, it's meaningless. And so's the figure, because I don't run an army that requires an assassin or an orc. So all these offers designed to make me stay don't really work, don't apply to me, right? Because they're not offering anything I want. The only thing I was interested in really is the Warhammer TV animations, because the Angels of Death, that's been very good. Says the Hammer and Bolter, they've been okay. The Sizzle Reel, that's a tease. I'm not going to watch that. I don't want to be teased about something that may or may not appear or may get cancelled. I'd rather wait and see. As for the colour schemes and stuff, it's not like the days of Duncan, is it? Duncan is quite entertaining, and he did quite a lot of stuff, and these really are a bit lacking. You know, there's a lot of learn to play, but they're not part of Warhammer Plus. The Citadel Colour Masterclass is. They've got faces, wet blending, black armour, true metallics, cruel boys, glazing. Right, so I'm in the big win a month now, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, that'd be the 6th week, wouldn't it? So yeah, 1 a week of them. Guess they're still building it up. Guess that's the message here. They're still building it up. Regarding value for money, if they're going to run out of steam now after 1 month, I would probably say the whole venture is doomed to fail. Because quite frankly, they shouldn't be running out of steam after 1 month. It shouldn't be happening. I like the idea, but I think they need to hire me. I think they really need to hire me to direct the content here. And the first thing I would do, and we're going to cover this right now, is I'd change the stupid website interface for my Warhammer. Right? I'd make massive changes there, especially to the way users log in and validate. All this one login to rule them all is all fine and dandy, but what if you just want to view the site? So you'd still be able to view the site without logging in if I had my way. You'd be able to look at what's on offer before you're logged in. So that way you could browse whilst you're out and about. Right? I'd make the front page a lot more attractive, a lot more relevant. I wouldn't have all these Warhammer TV and other community pages separate. It'd all be the same. right? The difference being the Warhammer TV section might be members only. I'd instead of having like the main focus being animations and battle reports, right? I'd have interviews with our authors. I'd have interviews with model makers. I'd have interviews with everybody involved with the hobby. I'd go out into the community. I'd pick out some of the bigger fans, and I'd basically do a behind the scenes shot about what they do and how they run their hobby and how they do things, and I'd make it a proper club, a proper community, page for everybody. And you could watch it and you could find out about mini wargaming, striking scorpions, spiky bits, spell of souls, all of these sites. They'd be covered on this page. People would get introduced to them through the official site. It'd be building up a hobby community and making the official page what it's supposed to be, an official introduction to the hobby. And there'd be so much to do, because you think about it, right? Dave from Mini Wargaming, I mean, he's a character. I mean, most people love Mini Wargaming because of the stuff Dave gets up to. Right? And Striking Scorpions is battlefields, first class, absolutely first class. So this is what I would be focusing on. The hobby is more than just what Games Workshop produce, it's what people do with it. I mean, there's plenty of people out there that are really fine artists. Why not have some of them on the masterclass? Introducing their versions of how to paint. I mean, I can understand if Games Workshop just want you to focus on using their own paints, understandable, right? But there's lots and lots of things could be done here that don't involve just animations and could make the whole thing more attractive as a whole. And Games Workshop clearly don't have the imagination to do it right now. So yeah, so GW, if you're watching, right, hire me. I'll sort that out for you. I'll give you some direction. Right, we're going to call it a day there, and hopefully things will improve. Hopefully. It is expected though that the animations will run out of steam eventually, because they do take time to make. They're not something you could churn out in a week. They have to be planned in advance. So I'll see you in the next one.